If you haven't reviewed the Miss Universe profiles of all 70 plus candidates, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, this is Chantel of Sashes&Scripts, and today we will be talking about the candidates who impressed us with their Miss Universe profiles. But before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and click the notifications bell for more of our pageant-related videos. The profiles are up at the Miss Universe website, and although there are some candidates who still have to be uploaded with their profiles, with their information, majority of the candidates have already been posted on their Miss Universe delegate pages. For me, what I've seen and what I've gone through and read through the Miss Universe profile is that I treat it as a curriculum vitae of sorts, a resume of sorts on what are the candidates' accomplishments, what are their educational backgrounds, what are their family backgrounds, their hobbies, their interests, and it gives me some sort of a glimpse on the candidates. What I'm looking for in a candidate profile is completeness of information in terms of who they are as a person, what are their social advocacies, what are their community programs, what have they done in their communities to enrich the lives of people around them, as well as looking at their educational backgrounds, what are the adversities that they had to overcome to be at this point at the Miss Universe competition. I'm also looking at their profile pics, their history and their personal stories that they can share should they win Miss Universe. And I think the candidates who have impressed us are the ones who have meaty backgrounds, the ones who have showcased not only who they are as a person, but what are the potential that they can bring into the Miss Universe title. For this video, I will be talking about 5 girls, although I have around 10 on the list, which I will be later be writing about in a separate blog post on my website. I will link down the article later below in this video. First on the list that we are going to talk about is Chelsi Shikongo of Namibia. Now, Chelsi was born in 1995 and she was named after Miss Universe 1995 Chelsi Smith of the United States. Chelsi is a model who has traveled and worked in countries like Germany, South Africa, and Singapore. And aside from that, she also serves as a makeup artist for special events. Another thing that is very interesting about Chelsi is that she is a stand-up comedian, which is a very rare thing in pageants. And what I like about Chelsi as a stand-up comedian is that she can use humor to combat the negative effects of stereotypes of difficult situations, so that humor makes light of situations that could be depressing and lift up spirits that are wallowing in negativity. And one thing that I also particularly like about her profile at the Miss Universe website is that she founded her own foundation, the Chelsi Shikongo Foundation, and it was also included in her profile that during a fire in her country, she was able to raise money around 22,000 US dollars, and that's around a million pesos, a little bit over a million pesos here in the Philippines, and that's a huge amount of money for relief goods, for relief efforts for the victims of the fire. And the thing about Chelsi that I most admire with is that she's not a one-dimensional kind of person. That she has she is able to use her beauty, her voice, her ability to make people laugh, to make a change in her society, in her community. And I think that is one of the reasons why she is among the top 5 girls in our list of the best Miss Universe profiles. Another lady on the list is Chantel O'Brien of the Bahamas, and I think she's one of the ladies that is mostly overlooked in the competition simply because she does not represent a country that is a powerhouse country in pageantry. One of the impressive things about Chantel is that she is a graduate of Business and Enterprise in Scotland, and she is the first in her family to complete a degree. And when you take pride for your educational achievements, I think that is it speaks highly of the candidate. And another thing among her long list of achievements is that she is a certified youth leader by the Bahamas Youth Ministry, which means that she contributes time and effort for the underprivileged youth in her country. Chantel is an entrepreneur herself, having had a consulting firm of her own, which is the P.S. O'Brien consulting firm, where they provide support, they provide training for pageants, for catwalk, as well as branding and marketing. And if you look at her profiles, you see a woman who is very much involved with her community. You see a woman who is, very smart, very intelligent, and very socially conscious. And I think that's important aspect when you are considering, ladies for the Miss Universe title. I think that Chantel is also one of the more, lesser paid attention to candidates, but that doesn't mean that she's not a strong candidate herself. She is, one of the only 3 women from the Bahamas who has competed in both the Miss Universe and the Miss World pageants. So you know that she comes with pedigree in terms of her pageant experience. I think that people and pageant fans as a whole need to pay attention with Chantel, because she might be the kind of girl that might, pull the rug out of the front runners come finals night. The third lady on the list is Nadia Ferreira of Paraguay. Now, I think that a lot of pageant fans are quick to dismiss her as just a pretty face. But if you look at her profile, you will see someone who has very rich background, who has a very strong curriculum vitae, someone who is, not just surface beauty, but also of substance. And when you look at her profile, you will see that she speaks 4 different languages. She speaks English, Portuguese, Spanish, and Guarani. She speaks, all of these languages fluently. She has also started working at the age of 15, and she is the CEO she is the CEO of a family business that she established with her mom and her sister. And in that family business, they employ women who are victims of domestic abuse. And aside from that, she has worked with the first lady of her country for social aid programs, and she has also supported one of the Paraguayan ministries that helps women who were deprived of liberty to reintegrate well back into society. So you know that as a competitor, on the background side, she has a very loaded and a very meaty resume, and I think that is one of the things that most pageant fans are quick to overlook, simply because she has a beautiful face. But you have to understand that despite having that, stereotypical, if she is that pretty, then she must not be, very well versed, or not very, that doesn't have enough life experience. But starting working at age 13, and modeling at age 15, you know that she is well traveled, and she must have had a lot of life experiences being a breadwinner at such a young age. And another thing that I think that most pageant fans need to understand about Nadia is that she's not a girl who has led a very, pretty, charmed life. She has faced adversity herself. At one point in her life, she lost, mobility and eyesight for almost 2 years. And that teaches you life lessons that I think she now can bring into the competition. So a lot of fans need to understand that despite having a pretty face, there is a story, there's a strong backstory with Nadia. And we need to pay attention to that, because she is going to be a tough competitor come finals and prelims. The top 2 ladies that is included in the video are ladies that I have difficulty placing first or second, but I think they should be tied overall, simply because their resumes are so impressive and are so much loaded with information that you would definitely hire them had this been in an opening for a position in any of the companies all over the world. I have placed Sarah Loinaz of Spain in this list, at the high on this list, simply because she had one of the most impassioned, one of the most jam-packed information in her profile. If you look at her profile, you would see that this is a woman who has grown up in a very multicultural family. Her father is Spanish, but her mom is from Morocco. So she, growing up, she understood and spoke different languages. She speaks Basque, Arab, Spanish, and English, and she speaks them, fluently. The impressive part of her profile is her Recycle Sea Action social responsibility program, where she helped clean up beaches in her country. And this is, very much aligned with the green agenda that the Miss Universe organization is looking for. Also, during, the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in Spain, she helped volunteer with providing PPEs, providing masks for her community. And she also has volunteered and helped raise money to provide uniforms for a school in Kenya. So you know that in terms of social activism, she is very much at the forefront of her country, of her organization. You can see that this is a girl who is not only beauty, but also beauty in action. She's able to utilize her voice to give back to her community, and I think that is a very important aspect that we have to consider in her campaign for the crown. She's not just a one-dimensional person, because there's a lot of things that you can uncover about her in her profile. And if I am a judge at the Miss Universe, at the Miss Universe pageant, and I look at her very detailed, very informative profile, I would automatically put her as one of the ladies that I would consider for the title, simply because she's not only beautiful, she's not only gorgeous physically, but she is also able to, do something aside from being just a pretty face in the competition. She has, very rich volunteer work that I think is very important for the Miss Universe title. At the top of our list, we have Michelle Marie Colon of Puerto Rico, and now this is a Miss Universe worthy profile, because you look at her, if you look at her resume, if you look at what she has accomplished, you would see that at the very young age of around 20, 21 years old, she has already achieved so much in life. Michelle is taking up a double degree major in biology and pre-med. So it speaks highly of her intellect. You also see in her profile about her care empowerment program, which works with different organizations to provide healthcare, to provide education, and to provide and helps to reduce violence in their communities. Michelle also has a program that she's involved with, which is the Gen to Gen program, where it helps foster relationships between generations, so that the younger generations can look forward, wisdom, can look forward to getting life experiences from the older generations in her country. So that shows, a bridge between the past and the future. And I think that is a very, impressive thing to put into your resume, especially for the Miss Universe competition. And then she has also worked with her country's National Guard in securing and in promoting vaccinations during the COVID pandemic. And with a lot of those things, at a very young age, at around 22, you would see that this lady is somebody who is willing to work hard for the Miss Universe title should she become the winner later on. And I think that is a very important, message, that age does not matter as long as your heart for service is there, as long as you are willing to help others, as long as you are, you are in the right mindset to become, the ambassador of your country, because being Miss Universe, you are the ambassador of the organization to a wider audience. Another thing that strikes me in her profile is her, support, her advocacy work for breast cancer and pediatric cancer. So you would see that women empowerment and children welfare are part of her, social activism. And I think that if you put that all together in one neat package, you would see a woman who is, who is ripe, or who is ready for the Miss Universe title. After pouring hours upon hours reviewing the Miss Universe profiles of all candidates, I think that the ladies on this list are the ones that we need to pay attention to. I think that we need to give them the attention and the respect that they deserve, because they are not only competing in a very competitive environment, in a very competitive batch, they are also providing a lot of service to their communities, and that is something that we should all be impressed about and should give respect to. I think that the ladies this year in the Miss Universe competition are not just leaders in their own communities, but rather leaders that could inspire women all over the globe. And I believe that should any of these women, of these 5 women that we mentioned in this video become Miss Universe, I think everyone will be happy because they are bringing something different, something new, something, something important into the title. That's it for today's video. I hope that you like it. I hope that you share it with your friends, and I hope to see you again soon in the next episode. Take care, everyone, and see you again soon. Bye.